Oh, it's that wonderful time of the week again. It's the woo-woo time of the week. Welcome to Spiritual Events Directory audience. Welcome back to the Woo-Woo Show, presented by our wellness community. And my name is Michele Scott. And I'm a numerologist. I'm also an alchemist healer, many tools in my kit. And of course, you know that if you are fans and follow the show, you know that each week we bring in other gifted and talented women on purpose. I've got two of them tonight. I've got Gwenda Smith, spirit medicine woman, heal with Gwenda, and I've got Victoria Cochran, who is a psychic channel and healer. And welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michele. Great to be here. Hi, everyone.
It is great to be here. We do love, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, life is a journey we go through. Just because we have, a whole bunch of tools in our kit doesn't mean that we don't go through the downturns and the disappointments just like everybody else. Yeah. But I do love that sometimes you may not always feel like it, but you come into the space and there's just such a fabulous energy. There's a fabulous energy that we just get from each other and from spirit, and
Yes.
I love it. So ladies, we're gathering tonight because all three of us are part of the Spiritual Events Directory and Sync Media Spiritual Journal. So we thought, audience, we would come into this space, talk about the journal, and see how the session unfolds with regards to where you are at and what we can offer. Somebody's got what we can offer in terms of some guidance. But we'll start off with the spiritual journal. So who wants to go first? Gwenda, let's go first with yourself and what you are bringing to the spiritual journal. We know that it's undated, so therefore, audience, you can buy the journal anytime. You can use it anytime. It's getting ready for launch in October. So tell us about your contribution, Gwenda.
Thanks, Michele. It is such a thrill to be part of this spiritual journal, and I think it's something that is going to be ever so beneficial for everyone. And because it's not dated, you can pick it up and use it anytime and revisit it anytime. And it's a real pleasure to be one of the contributors. So being able to live a life that is enriched and free, to really be able to feel what I call a glorious life. So I'll be bringing practices for the reader to be able to use in a journaling format where they can put those practices into play and live what I call a glorious life. So that's a life that's enriched, it's abundant, and it's free. Not that your shopping is free, right?
The journal's not free.
Your heart is free. You are free to be you and to teach you how to be you without any sense of hold back. And the journal is going to be so very reasonably priced. And as Michele said, it's out in October. So we'll have a very special offer for you, and I may very well have something special for you at the end of today's show. If you will link up with us to buy 2 journals, then I have a surprise gift for you as well.
Yippee. And we'll just say hello to, we've got some lovely ladies watching us live. Hello to Alison, hello to Margie, hello to Chrissy, Ruchita, Florin, evening, and Antoinette, Joe, Tracy, hello from Queensland, Joe Smith. We've got Becca, Kim, hello, Rosemary. So ladies, we're introducing you to our spiritual journal that we are currently, all feverishly working on. And I mean, it's just jam-packed, Victoria. It's going to actually, not only is there a pre-sale, a fabulous pre-sale where you can get 2 journals for the price of 1, but as Gwen just said, a bunch of us are offering even more, another little incentive on top of that. But also it's going to, Sarah always coming up with these fabulous ideas is actually turning it into a summit as well, ladies and gents. So you purchase the journal, you get free access to the summit. So Victoria, what about your section? Because you're a psychic channel and a fabulous healer with all sorts of tools. What are you bringing to the journal?
Well, I did have to think about what I would bring to the journal, but so automatic writing is the way that I channel. And when I can't actually go into meditation now without and meeting with the masters and saying, hold on, I've just got to write that down. So I actually do it. I could do it on the computer now, and I just kind of type. And so I thought, well, that would be what I would do. And I came into this journey when I was 48, and that was 12 years ago. So I'm hitting the big 60 at the end of this year. So it seems like, goodness, I can't believe that. But so I woke up at 48 and by my grandfather, who was stinking me out with cigarette smoke all the time. He died of emphysema, and actually taught me how to channel and just receive messages. And so by the time he had taught me that, Archangel Michael came in, and it took a while to learn to trust and to learn the difference between channeling spirit and spirit guides, which are spirit world energy, and then archangels, which are a higher energy, and creator, which is unconditional love, and the source of creation, which is unconditional, and which is the highest energy. And to trust that what I was getting was not just being made up, because it's just a thought that's not your own. So I thought, well, for people who really want to do that or are starting to do that, I would just go through dimensions of consciousness, the planes of existence, how we create our reality with every thought we create, and how ascension is the fifth dimension, but it's a work in progress because we're in a physical body and life on earth is pretty dense. So just tools and tricks on and information. I've written the first page already, and it's just information really, but I'm thinking that after I give the information, then through my month I'll have little meditations or sayings or things like that to help people along. So I'm really excited about it, and I've just finished journaling my fourth book as well, and I've got that into a publisher with fingers really crossed. So we'll see how we go.
How fantastic. I love it. And look, ladies, what I think is unique, there's lots of journals. There are, I'm sure you would agree, there's lots of journals, out in the marketplace at the moment. But I think what's different about ours, I could be wrong, is that, there's 12 of us contributors on board. That each month is completely different. We've got 12 leading experts in their field. We've got 12 different modalities. And because we've got 12 different modalities, we've got 12 different ways to take that soulful and self-discovery journey.
Absolutely.
Would you agree? Yeah. So my month, I'm the numerologist. So for my month audience, I'm going to, it's all about easy steps to self-discovery. So I'm actually going to have a little, just a very short course that runs alongside it. So that's, a lovely add-on that I'm adding on for all of you. And that's going to actually show you how to work it out for yourself. We're going to, have a look at, how you go in 9 key areas of life. We're going to have a look at how do you go, in developing through 9 key aspects of self. So how are you in terms of confidence and creativity and self-discipline and expression and, empowerment and boundaries and values and all that sort of thing. And, we're going to be looking at, your hidden talent. And then I'm just going to be taking you on that journey, where does your desire lie? What sort of actions move you forward when you get stuck, when you're going through emotionally turbulent times, where is your balance? What is your balance numbers? So I'm going to show you how to work that out for yourself. And I'm also going to bring in some lots of resilience strategies and some mindfulness and, some tools, as the ladies have said, Gwenda and Victoria have said. We're going to bring in lots of tips and tools and techniques to grow better, really, to grow better in body, mind, heart and soul.
It's the one.
That's the one. We love it. So we'd love to also do some complimentary readings as we go along. We're going to talk a little bit more about what are some of the other contributors are doing. So ladies, let's have a look at who, how would you like to read for our audience tonight, ladies? We all have our own little way, don't we?
Gwenda, you go first.
Well, how do you want to, so for me, I'm happy to do some readings as well. And I like to do it in so many different ways. Tonight, I reckon our audience, if you pop a word, how are you feeling in this moment right here, right now? Pop that word, one word, into the comments, and I can do, I'll put some numbers to those letters, and I'll give you a little reading that way. And ladies, if you have, I know with Gwenda doesn't need any, if you just say, yes, I'd like a reading, Gwenda, I think that'll do, won't it? Yes, please. I think Gwenda, that
I'll
just
go to, I'll go wherever spirit guide me to go to. So I'll just.
Have you got, so do you want to look, are you going to pick your own then, Gwenda? Or do you want me to,
You can call names if you like. It's easier than me trying to read my phone.
It is
Yeah,
indeed.
I agree. And
yes, I'm happy to do that for you, ladies.
And I'll tune in to people with their permission. So just whoever pops up, or, if they are really having a struggle in their life, or, trouble moving forward, I'm happy to tune in as well.
Wonderful,
so whatever.
Wonderful.
We'll go with the flow.
I'm getting better and better every week, ladies. So last week I actually did it a little bit differently. I'm always doing it a little bit differently, trying to get as good as I can get. So last week I was writing them all down. So now, and I just want to make sure, I tried to go to, who sort of got in first in, best dressed sort of thing. So let me have a look at who posted first, and right, what about Margie Healy? Margie, I'm wanting to know about twin flames.
So information on twin flames, or whether
Yes,
she
Margie,
has a twin flame.
Margie, I'm not sure what part of that, Margie. Where's all the comments that it's interesting, isn't it, how the comments sort of come up all over the place. Okay, so I'm going
she's
to...
still there. Margie says she's still there.
Oh, Lisa Paul, loving your book, Victoria.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
Just love it, she said.
I can answer that about the twin flame. Margie says
Wonderful.
My twin flame.
That was
if
for
that's
Margie.
All right, if that's all right with you guys.
Yes, go for it.
So a twin flame is known as divine union, and divine union is generally one soul and two people. So when two people come together and they share soul or soul aspects, major soul aspects in their twin flame, and they generally move around in the same soul families, and they are also, they've lived lives together before. It's different to a soulmate. A soulmate, you can have a soulmate who's, your sister might be a soulmate, or your mother, or, friend,
Yes.
Souls that really connect together. But a twin flame is actually one soul divided, coming together to complete each other and to complete their soul's mission together. So I consider that my husband and I are twin flame, and we came together when I was 23 and 24. We've been married for 36 years and still in love, and people often comment on how we are together. So I'm not sure if Margie has a twin flame or if she's looking for it, but the way that I normally would do it is to go over her, which is what I would do now, and actually look at the connection that she has to her twin flame, because whether we've met our twin flame or not, they're there, and we can talk to them in our heart space, in our sacred space, and through our dreams, and we often meet on the astral plane. So I'll just do that really quickly, asking for an unconditional love reading for Margie's twin flame. And it's not necessary for me to know what she looks like. I just connect to the Creator and trust that He'll take me to the right person. So she has a very strong connection, but I don't actually feel her twin flames in at the moment, a little bit out of the picture, because there's some blockages and things that she needs to go through her life first. So I'm getting about 12 months, and of course COVID doesn't help. you know, we've got all these blockages around us as well. He'll be very healing for her when he comes in. Looks a little bit older. And he's already healing her. He's sending healing to her already across the divide. So it's pretty lovely. And from what I've learned is that every partner that we have that doesn't work out is teaching us lessons towards being able to be with our soul, our twin flame, our divine union.
Absolutely.
And so, Margie, I'm really just hold the faith and trust that he is out there, and send him love and connect with him. Oh, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. We're going to be quicker than that, though.
Sorry. I'm new to this, remember? All right. I'll shut up
1 minute, are we,
Victoria.
Michelle?
I love it.
1 minute. Are we on 1 minute?
I think so. I think so. We've got Our Ladies How Exciting. We've got a couple of, Casey said that she loves the sound of the book. She's going to be ordering one. And Alison, how exciting for the journal. Thank you very much, ladies, for that positive feedback. The spiritual journal is ready to launch. Will be ready for launch in October. It's actually going to be accompanied by a summit. So you're getting a free ticket into this fabulous day where we are all going to be in that space talking about our contribution and who knows what else, because we keep coming up with more and more incentive and more complimentary gifts for you. So, and at the moment, pre-sale is get 2 journals for the price of 1. So the link to get the journal is in the post, and we'd love you to go and book one now. And if you do in the session, whilst we are in the session with you, I've got a little surprise at the end, and so has Gwenda.
And I'm thinking up one.
And beautiful. Victoria's thinking of one. And we just did a lovely twin flame reading there for Margie. So Margie, you were quite spoilt there. Let's let Kurt would love, please, reading many past lives, trying so hard to help. Okay, he's given me a birth date there. So is it Kurt? I can work that one out in a moment. Right, now, Gwenda, we've got Kim. Now, I don't think Kim didn't have, Kim Gratian, any form of guidance will be appreciated.
Okay, Kim, thanks very much for coming in, and thank you for your permission to have a look in. Kim, you're actually in crossroads in your life at the moment, and crossroads are very much about feeling like you can't step forward, can't step sideways. You're meant to actually stay in the middle of where you are when it comes to crossroads. It's like being in limbo time. You've been there now for the last couple of months. It's nothing to do with the supposed goings on with the world. It is purely what your path is about. And we ask you very much to take this time to come back to grounding yourself again, because you've been under the influence of another person, and this is a heartfelt influence, and you've allowed that person to really take you away from your own center. This means that you've been drawn away from your own personal power, which is in the solar plexus and revolves around your eternal flame of life. But when you are in crossroads, which is exactly where you are now, right smack in the middle, you need to take this time, Kim, just for the next few weeks to really bring yourself back to your own truth. You need to ground yourself more, which means connecting with the earth. It means connecting back to yourself, drawing up Mother Earth energy so you can feel lovely and solid in your steps. Now, you don't feel solid in your steps presently because of being in these crossroads. So take a little bit of time for yourself to reground, recenter, and most importantly, bring back your own true self of the way that you want to be, and you'll be able to find your own personal strength again and move forward with ease. Once this next couple of months finishes, you're going to find that you have 2 new opportunities coming to you, and that is from a work perspective, and your finances will improve immensely by September of this year.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Gwenda. And I'll just do one. So Kurt actually put in there his birth date. So I've worked that out quickly for you, Kurt. Now you've got a life path 7, and you've got challenges with the number 1. So the life path 7, the road that you are on, it's all about the journey of self-awareness. And the number 7 is, the number 7 is both spiritual and also analytical. So I'm glad to see you here in Spiritual Events Directory space, because that is the number 7. Number 7 must go on that search for its faith, okay? Its belief system. And with that number 7, it's really important for you. You do say, you mention many past lives, and I'm feeling a little bit off center at the moment. And honestly, I can't talk loudly or long enough about the journey of becoming your own best friend. So the number 7 is all about self-awareness. So, really at the moment, if you're struggling, I'd be really wanting to take some time out and spend time with, who am I? Where am I at? What is going on with me? And what do I want moving forward? And from there, everything else can build. You do have a challenge, though, with the number 1, and the number 1 is very much about self-belief. So, I'd be working on, number 7 can also point to trust issues. So very important to get to know yourself. When you get to know what you're good at, get to know, where your challenges lie, and then the journey of self-awareness asks you to reach out in all the ways that you can to find the help you need, the tools you need, the learning you need to grow in self-belief. Okay, you have to build that confidence from the inside out. So that's the number 7, Kurt. And again, if you want more information, what I'd love you to do is go and buy the journal, because my numerology month in the spiritual journal is going to show you how to work out your numerology for yourself. So I'm going to show you how to work out 9 key areas of life, 9 key aspects of self, and I'm going to show you some other bits and pieces, and then give you a whole bunch of tools. So, that journey of self-awareness for you could start with the journal. And actually, ladies, I should mention some of our other fantastic contributors, because we've also got, I know that this is Pip, Wake Up to the Wisdom of Your Soul with Archangel Prescription. So there's going to be some Archangel work in the journal. There's Enhancing Fitness through Mindful Journaling and Planning. So there's some physical stuff, some body stuff in there. There's mindfulness practices that nurture heart coherence. There's mediumship, learning how to connect to loved ones in spirit. There's Activate Your Senses for inspired journaling. We've got ancestral healing. We've got abundance and manifesting tools. And we've also got moon magic. So actually working with the moon as well. I mean, how does it get any better than that, ladies?
Fantastic.
Just
so fantastic. Special. So let's, as we go, the ladies will talk through. Ladies, you just pipe in when you want to share more of your journal as we're going through. We've got Becca. Victoria, would you love to do a reading for Becca? And she says, would love anything that comes up.
Okay, so I'll tune into Becca and I'll choose a card. I've just got these beautiful light, shine your light cards. So Becca looks very emotional at the moment, having a bit of an emotional time, and perhaps a little blocked in chakras. So just stay heart-centered, Becca, and stay grounded. And you look like you're being a bit disempowered. I'm just going to choose a card for you. That one wants to come. Leap, you go first. The universe will catch you. So whatever's blocking you or keeping you back, you're worrying about things that perhaps you can't control, but you're just getting a push to go and take a leap of faith and just really trust that you need to let go of things that aren't serving you and just move forward. So I really feel that you need to ground more, actually drink more water, and try to just get out of your head and just sit more in your heart space, and learn some breath meditation would be really helpful, I think. And I wish you all the best, because when you take the leap of faith and just trust, the universe catches you and you'll be looked after. So all the best.
I love that. Thank you, Victoria. And Margie, who you did the twin flame reading for, it came back with another comment about, feeling really at ease with this person and how do I get him back? So my question, I guess, Victoria, would be, if he's a twin flame, I mean, you know, can that still be a twin flame if we've broken up? We are so together, but
some twin flames can't be together and can't live without each other. And I do have I know some people who are like that they do struggle a lot, but they know they're meant to be together. And sometimes we come back into this lifetime, there might be karmic things to resolve, or we need to complete lessons together, or whatever it is. So
exactly.
I do feel that if they've broken up, then I see a lot of healing coming from him. So he's healing, but she has time to heal, and they will come back together. But give it 12 months. Just sometimes we have to let things go.
Absolutely.
So that they come back together.
Thank you, Victoria.
I just need to go turn my curry down, so I'll be back in a minute.
No problem. Right? Now we're going to be reading for, so stay tuned, ladies. We've got Veronica. I've got Veronica, Elsie, Rosemary, Lynette. I've got Raph, Lisa, and Rhonda. So stay tuned. Now, where were you drawn there? If I read out the names, Gwenda, I love this about Gwenda, spirit medicine woman. Veronica, Elsie, Rosemary.
I'm sorry, but while things were going on, there's a gentleman by the name of Stephen, and there's also Lynette Larder. So Stephen came forward off the page and he sent blessings to us, and I'd like to return that and thank him very much for his blessings. That's much appreciated. Stephen, you need to take the time to learn how to restore the lower part of your back. You know, it's this lower part of your back is causing problems in the sacral part of you and across into your left hip, and this is taking you out of balance. So it's making you feel like you just can't seem to keep your balance in your life. The other problem with the issue that's going on in that lower sacral part of your back is causing problems in your bowel. So you'll find that you have difficulty with number twos, shall we say. So you have issues in there. Now, these really need to be sorted out, because it's no good having the bowel getting impacted or not working properly. And when that does happen, it's because we're holding on to stuff and not letting shit go, basically. So you really need to let stuff go, Stephen, and work past it. And your hip is also related into that. So please take some time to, one, help your bowel through food, through more water, and through journaling. And we have a wonderful journal available, but learning to journal away the things that you're holding on to from an energetic, emotional perspective. And this will free you up a lot. Also, for your lower back, there is actually an injury in there. So you just need to take the time to do some exercises to build those muscles around it so it can function better for you. Your hip, going forward in your life. So it's all interrelated. And it does come from an old relationship, and I'm going to go 17 years ago. So this is all intertwined with an old relationship where you really were very stifled and not able to move forward in your life. But unfortunately, you've taken that with you from an energetic point of view, and it's come into the physical body. So letting go of that, and then also supporting your physical self through food and specific movement, and you'll feel much better. Lynette Larder, a lot of tears around you, Lynette, at the moment. So really feeling into your heart space there, love. And love is always our medicine, but it's so hard to connect with love when your heart is feeling very discouraged and very lonely. And there is a deep sense of loneliness in your heart. You know, you hold the secret to love. You really do. When you're looking externally and you're looking for other people, you'll never be able to find that depth of love. But these tears and this sadness, the loneliness that you have in your heart, this is really due to a loss around you. And we just want you to know that when there is a loss in our life, whether the person has left this world and gone to the next, or whether they have just left you in this life, we need to embrace everything that was wonderful with that time with that person and keep the love alive in your heart through those wonderful moments, rather than pining for them being gone. So please give yourself some time, and if I could send you some love from my heart to yours, just to warm your heart and to lift you out of that loneliness. And I promise you, you'll find everything just works out a whole lot better for you. Give yourself another few weeks and you'll be back on track. You'll feel much better.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Gwenda. Do you have anything more to add? Well, guess what? Casey Morrison has actually bought her journal.
So Casey.
Yeah, how wonderful. So Casey, you're actually going to, for purchasing the journal in this session, you're actually going to get, my readings are normally $149 and go for around 75 minutes. I'm actually offering those who buy a journal in this session are going to get a 30-minute recorded numerology reading from me. So Casey, you have just earned yourself a 30-minute numerology reading. I will be in contact with you after the show. And now I was going to pull a card for Lisa Paul. But ladies, if anything, if you have anything to add to Casey, then let us know. Now I've just pulled a card from Detached from Drama. This is for Lisa. And Lisa, actually the first letter in your name is the L, which is the number 3. So I'm not sure if Lisa actually had a question on there. Lisa was also our audience member who loves your book, Victoria.
Yes.
Lovely. I don't think she's actually asked me a question, but given that card, Lisa, I'm going to say that with the number 3 is very powerful. The number 3 really has the manifesting ability to bring to life whatever she sets her mind to. And if you have a little think about that, with great power comes great responsibility. So if I have the power to bring to life whatever I set my mind to, what it actually helped me to do from the inside out is to take responsibility and to become very, very clear and very, very careful about what I was setting my mind to. Okay, so we can't actually just go, oh, you know what? I want this, that, and the other thing in terms of love and money and all things good, great, and wonderful. And then meanwhile, I'm nursing on, in all the other moments when I'm not thinking about that. If I am nursing a poor perspective, if I am, thinking and feeling on the negative side, the destructive side, if I'm engaging in, which is perfectly fine. We all have our down and disappointing moments. But if I spend too much time in victimville and martyrdom and resentville, then I'm going to actually also be manifesting that too. So
I like
detached,
that,
so detached from drama to me is, and it doesn't have to be drama on that outer level, but perhaps there are. Usually if I'm being dramatic on the inner level, I usually do create some drama on the outer level as well for myself. But just go back to you, back to where you are at and what you truly want, and really take out of where you are at, whatever you're going through. Honestly, the number 3 has the choice in whether it sees life as wonderful or life as garbage. Okay, and honestly, wherever you are seeing it is what you will actually manifest moving forward. So I would be wanting to really go to, here's all the reasons why life is wonderful, and the bits and pieces that aren't, well, how can I use that in a way that empowers me? I think that's where you are at, that you have the power now to be laying some seeds for the future, and it all lies in how you think and feel and how you approach that.
Michelle, Laura Gilchrist is asking how much are the journals? Would you like to tell them about their wonderful gift of 2 at the moment for the price of 1?
Yeah, there's 2 for the price of 1, ladies. And if you click on the link and you go to the site, what's going to happen is you will see that there are a few different incentives. You can actually get 2 for the price of 1, and plus postage. I think that's $55. only $55, but you could also get a journal and an essential oil, or you can get, there's a few different deals available, but I love the 2 for the price of 1. And I'm actually also offering in the session, if you buy it in the session, buy it because of if you're watching this later and you purchase it because of us, then all you have to do is say, I bought, and contact me at Michele Scott on air, or come to our wellness community and find me there. You can message me, but if I know that you've bought it, I'm going to message you, because I'm going to offer you a 30-minute recorded numerology reading, which is, fantastic for getting insight into where you are at, where you are going. I'll give you lots of ways to get there, and it's very, very insightful. So that's absolutely awesome. So we've got a few other names on here. What about Veronica? Who would like to do a reading for Veronica?
Well, I actually wondered if I could just do a couple of others that have popped up just before that, and then I'll go back to Veronica. A lot of people call me Veronica instead of Victoria, so I wonder if I was Veronica in a past life.
Wow.
And I just thought that I would offer a channeling, so a channeled message for anyone who says they've purchased a journal, and then connects with me on my show on Wednesday at 12 noon. Or if you can't do that, just send me a message that you can't, but the intention's there. So and I will channel a message especially for you. Now, Karen Baker, I did a reading for her about a year ago, and apparently I helped her, but the house that she wants to buy still hasn't manifested. And so I've just pulled this card, the initiation. And Karen, there's a blockage there somewhere. So you can see it, you can picture it, you can visualize it. I've tuned into you, and I just feel that you still believe it'll be hard somehow financially, whether you've got attachment to money or some kind of belief system around poverty and scarcity instead of abundance. There's just something to get over, something that you need to learn, a lesson that you need to close the door on. So just do some reflection on that, because it will happen, it can happen, but you keep sabotaging yourself in manifesting that. And then Margie, that we did a reading for before, I normally wouldn't do 2 readings for a person, but she's got a 1-year-old who continues to wake up screaming most nights, and that's really distressing. And I did tune in, and there's a couple of things. I wonder about her digestive system and whether something's just not agreeing with her, but also I see quite a lot of trauma from a past life. And when I picked up one of Leanne Peters' healing energy cards, then this is rebirth, and I'm reading it like there's still some trauma there that she needs to get over. So sometimes, if we reincarnate really quickly, we might, if we die really suddenly, and we might need to come back, and we still bring the trauma with us. So I think there's a couple of things there to maybe consider, but I would be also checking her diet and just seeing what she's reacting to.
Okay, so Veronica, do you want to do one for Victoria, one for Veronica?
Yes.
Can you just pull a card? We might just pull a card if you've got...
Did she ask a question? Did she have anything?
Shuffling,
yes, I've got these beautiful new cards. Here they are.
I can't see one at the moment. We're getting inundated with messages now.
Yes, these are just Work Your Light Oracle cards, and I'm still getting used to them, but they seem to be really beautiful and have been helping people. So Veronica, I will just ask for a card for your highest and best, and there we go. The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? So endings and beginnings, things are ending, people might be coming out of your life, and transition's messy. It can sometimes be unpleasant. We can sometimes have arguments and fallings out with people. But in the crumbling, we reveal the truth about ourselves and about our relationships with that person or the people that are involved. So the old has to fall away for the new to come in. And sometimes it might mean that that relationship has to go, but it might also mean that you can rebuild that relationship on a new foundation in a higher consciousness. So let go of the past, bring it all out into the open, allow it all to resolve, and trust that it's happening for a reason. And I wish you all the best.
Wonderful. Thank you, Victoria. And do you want to add any more to your contribution in what you're going to do? What did you just say then? Now you're doing that.
I'm doing the so channel your guides through meditative practices. So generally, when I'm channeling, I will connect to the creator, because I'm an advanced theta healing practitioner, so I've been taught to connect to the creator, but I was doing that actually before I did the course. So spirits, my angels are really teaching me. But so I always connect to the creator first, so I'm in that unconditional love, and I go into a meditation, and I just have some things where I'm always asking that it's for my highest and best, and how to empty my mind and all of those things. So they're the kinds of little tips and tricks that I can kind of, I hope to impart in the journal. And then just sometimes a lot of people say they can't meditate because they can't get out of their mind. So little breath meditations and things to actually just get them into a light meditative state. And yeah, just things that I kind of do. And you know how you do things and you take them for granted, and then when you have to write them down, it's kind of, wow, getting it on the page is not so easy sometimes.
Yeah. Now there's actually Raf has asked for some guidance. He's put a couple of posts on here. Let me know if you're drawn to anybody. Gwenda, so Raf, at a crossroad and in need of a reading. I might pull a card for Raf. And so Casey, I'll be in contact with Casey to do a mini numerology reading. Now, who else have I got on here? I've got Amanda, I've got Elsie, I've got Rosemary, I've got Rhonda and Belinda.
I can tune into Elsie if you would like while you guys are talking.
All right.
I'll just do that if Gwenda wants to go or you want to go.
I'll do Raf. I'll pull out a card for Raf, see what comes up. Right, what have we got? He's at a bit of a crossroads at the moment. Oh, energy. Merlin. Okay. Well, I'm going to go to. I'm just going to go to Merlin, and Merlin being, the magic man, and I'm thinking I'm getting a vision of, and I love this card in the Rider-Waite. I love the magician in the Rider-Waite deck, and I love the visual. I love how, if you have a look at that card, Raf, he's got all of the tools. Okay. So, astrologically, I'm always drawn to fours. I love how we have air and water and fire and earth. I love that, we are physical and spiritual, but we're also logical and emotional. So Raf, I think you need to, perhaps wherever you are at, to firstly understand that all of the tools that you need, to make a decision from here, you have all of those tools within you. Okay. You've got a head that can think. And the thing about thinking, it's about, monkey mind versus mastermind. So, and usually for me, a good way to know when it's time to let go of the mind is if you are overthinking it. If you're looping back to that thought, then what you need to do is let go of the mind and go to the heart. Okay. And if that doesn't work, then it's really going to be about the intuition. So to me, when you're at that crossroads, it's about trusting that every decision I make is the right decision. Because even if it doesn't work out, if you make a decision to go in a particular direction, you're going to be moved from where you are. And when you're moved from that spot, then you are now open to new people, new opportunities, a new landscape. So it's very much about, just every decision I make is the right decision. And then just think about, what you would like moving forward, and then let it go and wait for guidance. I mean, I have a fabulous relationship with myself. And again, I can't talk enough about becoming your own best friend, when you really understand who you are, why you are, where you are, it's so empowering, it's so reassuring. So I literally know when to think, when to feel, when to let it go, and just trust that whatever needs to happen in this moment now will happen. And if it doesn't happen, it didn't need to happen. But did it need to happen? I mean, did I make it happen? Right? Who knows? You can really get caught up in that. So I really want you just to think about, where would you be? Where would you be if there was nothing else in the way? And then just set the vision, and each day apply some thought and action to it, and then watch for the signs and the symbols, because you do get them. We get them.
Right.
Okay, so Elsie.
Oh. Elsie, I tuned into you and you seemed really hemmed in, and I've got this card, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? And so sometimes we can really get stuck in the we have to's, don't we? We have to stay in our job. We have to earn money. I made a commitment. I need to stay in that relationship, and we're really not happy. And I actually had a client today, and that card came out for her too. And so that can go down to a deeper belief about how life fulfills you, and whether you actually feel that you can fulfill yourself in this life, or really deserve to be in this life. And so it can go quite deep. So if you can just get everything else out of the way, including your mind, and just really sit in what gives you joy, what are you being called to do, what are you ignoring, what signs are you ignoring, and just go with it, and everything else will follow. It's like that other reading I did, the universe has your back. We just have to believe. You just have to believe that you can do it, and that you can create. We create our own reality with our worry and our thoughts, or with our positive thinking and our gratitude. And so just take some time to reflect on what is bringing you down, and how you can create new conditions in your life.
Wonderful. We're getting lots of fabulous feedback, ladies, and we've got, lots of lovely, lovely ladies tuning in. We've got about 35 ladies tuning in, and Amanda Stevens has actually sent 20 stars. So Amanda was on the list to read 4. Does anybody else feel the call?
Sorry, for Amanda.
Yes.
Not at the moment. I'm sorry, Amanda. I might be able to come back to you. I've been, I'm called to Pip. So if Pip is still with us.
I didn't see Pip on there.
Pip Coleman.
Okay, I've got some other names on the list. Okay, do you want to do one quickly?
For Pip?
I can't see Pip on the comments. She must have come in just now, did she?
No.
She was there earlier.
Oh, I didn't see her. Okay.
So for you, Pip, there is too much heat in your liver. There's also too much heat in your small intestine. And this is because you are spreading yourself a little bit too thin, being very eager to get things moving forward a little quicker than what you can keep up with physically at the moment. Your energy level has shifted, but your physical self is not able to keep up with the new energy that you have flowing through you. The new energy has come through the work that you've been reaching out to do, and we've also answered you with wanting to do further ascension for yourself. But with that ascension comes the responsibility of being able to keep the physical body in the same alignment. And this is something that you will need to work on a physical level. Don't bring in more energy from the higher energies until your physical self can meet up with the energy where you are. Bring yourself back to being more aligned and attuned to the things that are really important to you, because at the moment, the wall of your small intestine is a little bit like you. It is very thin. It's very fragile. There is too much heat being created in the small intestine and flowing through into the liver. Happy to talk to you more about that, Pip.
Lovely. Could you, Casey, I might get you to pull a card there for Casey. Victoria, because I'll be doing a complimentary reading for
Okay.
Casey. Casey bought a journal, so if you can pull a card for her, that would be terrific, and then I'll do one for Amanda.
Okay, has Casey asked a question at all, or just?
No, just if you could pull a card, that would be terrific.
No problem.
And we've got Belinda and Rosemary.
Okay, so Casey, trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Would you stay on the path, or would you choose something different? And sometimes we can take the long way round, can't we? And just go zigzagging, and because we're listening to our mind, which has monkeys moving in and throwing things around, and then other people in our ear. And if we just really trusted what we were being told to do or drawn to do, and just really felt in, and I often tell people to just sit in their heart space, and if you followed the path you're on now because you have to, and how would you feel about that if you still were doing that in 5 years' time? And immediately you'll know. And then the path that you really want to follow, how does that feel? Is it light or is it dark? Does it go for a long way? But don't think it, just feel it. So you will be supported, but the first person who has to support you is yourself. You have to back yourself and trust that you can do this, and then everything else will fall into place.
Terrific. Okay, I'll pull a card for Amanda. Now we've still got Rosemary, Rhonda and Belinda, and I'm afraid that's all we've got time for tonight, audience. There's lots and lots of people wanting readings tonight, but we can't do readings for everybody. So that's for Amanda. Teacher. Well, that's absolutely terrific. So Amanda, you know, are you in a phase of needing to learn something? I mean, usually we don't. We're not usually looking for readings unless we are going through something, unless we are, you know, sort of searching for something. So in numerology, the number 6 is teacher, and for, you know, wherever you are at the moment, Amanda, I'd be thinking about, you know. The number 6 can also struggle with perfectionism, expectations, and high standards. So sometimes it's not what actually happens to us that is disappointing and puts us in that, you know, space of feeling, you know, not feeling very good about ourselves and our lives. Quite often it's what we expected would happen that puts us in that feeling down and disappointed. So I would, you know, drawing that card of teaching, I would be going back to the drawing board with regards to, you know, where am I at? What are my expectations about where I'm at? You know, the world's going through this pandemic, for example. So I feel like there's a lot of us suffering. You know, I heard a saying years ago that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. We choose. Yeah. We choose whether we want to suffer or not. So, you know, you might be going through something, and at the moment, all you can do in that something is just accept how it is. Let go of whichever way we think it should have been presented to us. And the minute we do that, the minute we have acceptance and surrender, then honestly, the new way, the path can open up. We create space, and we can start to move forward again. So have a little think about teacher. You know, is it applying to you? Is there something to teach, or is there something to learn? Or in fact, you know, am I sort of sitting in a space of yeah, not kind of hearing what I'm supposed to be learning? Make sense?
Sure does.
Right.
Rhonda, did you say that? Yeah, Rhonda. Rhonda, there's a lady in spirit that wishes to speak with you, and she says that she wants you to know, she's sorry, this is her trying to speak. Please stand aside. She wants you to know that with everything that you've been asking about, calling for help and feeling like you can't make decisions, you can't seem to see your way forward, she wants you to know that she's looking over you, she is looking after you, and if you would take the time to let her reach you on the dream plane. She has actually visited you a few times on the dream plane to help answer your worries and your concerns that have been consuming you and really taking up a lot of your energy. I also see a small girl child around you, and this beautiful lady in spirit. She has been gone for quite some years, and she's from your mother's side of the family. So to you, she would be a second removed grandmother. She says not to worry so much about this girl child that is around you. Everything is going to work out so much better than what it looks to you at the moment. And it's very much about how you are looking at things. You know, if we look at a rose, we can choose to see the thorns, or we choose to see the flower and all the beauty of the petals. At the moment, you're only able to see and focus on everything that looks like it's a major problem and an obstacle. And this beautiful grandmother of yours is asking you to see the rose, see the beauty in everything that is around you, and you'll be able to breathe easier, because I get a lot of disturbance in my chest with you. So you need to look into how you're breathing and take in the breath of life. You know, our air and how we breathe is our life force, but you're stifling that life force at the moment. So even take yourself out and get some roses, or if you can't go out, draw some roses, find some pictures online of roses, and even ones that look like they're blooming, and immerse yourself in the beauty of that. And the rose is also the Divine Mother Mary's flower. So that means she is also looking over you and offering her love and her compassion to you. You'll be fine, Rhonda. Things will settle down, but you need to take a different perspective of how you're seeing things.
Wonderful. And so Gwenda, I just want to give a lovely little plug to in our wellness community. Come and find our wellness community. That is in Gents. It's another space for you know, for the seeker, for the student, for all of those of you know, it's a space to be healed, to learn, to collaborate. And Gwenda has a show every Thursday at midday. And you've also got a fabulous course coming up, Gwenda.
I do, thanks, Michelle. I'm launching my Soul Mastery Collective on the 1st of September. So if you're really ready to up-level your life, if you've done all the reading of the books, if you've read lots of books and you've done lots of mini courses, and there's just that bit that's not fitting things together, this course is for you. But it is only for those that are really serious about up-leveling their life and have maybe done the groundwork, you might call it. I will cover everything from your physical through to connecting to spirit. So yeah, thank you, Michelle.
Wonderful. Now, I'll do a little reading there for Belinda, and then we've only got Rosemary left there. So Belinda, I just added, I added a number to every letter in Belinda, and I came out with 31, and 3 + 1 = 4. So I wondered, without sort of going back in to see if you had a question there, Belinda, I thought I would just do a reading on your name. You know, the number 3 can be fear. The number 3 becomes fear of rejection. The number 3 can be too concerned with what other people think, say, do. The number 1 can have that, you know, that self-doubt to overcome. And when you can, and if you can, then you really become, again, number 3. Number 3 is a storyteller. Number 3 is the journey of expression. And often our expression can be stifled because we are afraid of what other people will think, will say, will do. So, you know, if we take that journey, 3 + 1 = 4, I really feel like 4 will put you, that number 4 refers to control, you know, that you've got something to say, and if you say it, and if you're brave enough to say it, you know, overcome that feeling, those feelings of inferiority. If you overcome that, then you'll really gain a sense of control from the inside out that you've never had before. Okay. The number 4 is a builder. And when you really, again, I'm coming back to knowing yourself inside and out, and, you know thyself, and to thine own self be true. When you are sitting in that space, the number 4 gives you the ability to build, and you can really start to build those small steps to the big vision, and do so with, you know, such ease on that inner level. So one more reading for Rosemary.
Well, I've just pulled priestess, and then I just also pulled reunion, and they both really mean the same. There's lots of ancient wisdom there, Rosemary, and you are being called to step up and step into your goddess, high priestess self, and connect to the wisdom that we all have everything we need to know, and this is your time now. And so it's just, if you're being called to step up and lead and you're just a bit worried about that, just know that you can do that. But you just, as Michelle's been talking about, you need to have that really reconnection with yourself and improve the relationship with yourself so that you've got your own back, and perhaps do some meditation and do some balancing and clear your energies and take a breath. And but you can do this. You'll romp it in. So all the best.
I love it. I love the high priestess. I love anything to do with the priestess. And Victoria, you've got, as you said, you've got your new book is out and about. What's
my
it
new
called?
book is coming out. So it's called The Book of Life, embracing. I forget what I've called it. It's The Book of Life, anyway. And I there's a meditation with every chapter, and so more and more I'm writing meditations. And on my spiritual wisdom hour, which is 12 o'clock on a Wednesday, midday, not midnight, I do a lot of meditations, and I talk about all the things that we've talked about today, really, and just to help people to step into their own stuff. And so all the books, I have 3 books out already, and I haven't got time to tell all the names, but if you Google Victoria Cochrane and Amazon, you find them. And they're all about, one is about other worlds and how they live in oneness, and the lessons we can learn from them. And that's right, the Book of Life, learning from Mother Earth and lessons from Mother Earth. So how can we learn from the symbiosis on Earth, and how can we actually model sitting in the stillness like in a mountain, or holding the energy and just trusting like a tree does, and just going with the flow like a river, those kinds of things and I'm hoping that will be out later on in the year. It's either going to come out with Sync Media, or it will come out with a publisher that I've kind of just put it in and crossed the fingers. So, excellent. But the other books are available on Amazon, and just talk about love is unconditional, God is love, and we all need to love each other. It's not rocket science, really.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, ladies, for joining the Woo Woo Show tonight. And again, to our audience, thank you so much for supporting the show. And in the post, I've got links to Gwenda's community, Spirit Medicine Woman. I've got links to Victoria's community. Victoria is a psychic channel and healer. And what we'd love you to do also is go to the Spiritual Journal and really make the most of the opportunities that we are offering you in the pre-sale. It's pretty awesome. And if you book in to buy the book because of our live tonight, then I'm offering a 30-minute complimentary recorded numerology reading that is usually just over an hour with me, is usually $149. And I believe Gwenda, Gwenda, will you just for the live, or will you do it on the replay as well?
Do it on the replay. If people put replay and if feed in to comments, then yes, I'll also offer something to you if you get 2 of the books and an extra one for good measure, 3, the power of 3.
Power of 3. I love the power of 3. And Victoria was also offering something again in the session, or also on replay.
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful. Yes. Okay, so you've got to watch the replay to know all of the perks and benefits that are being offered with the spiritual journey. So thank you for joining us. See you next Sunday, same time, same spiritual channel.
Thank you very much.